Bossy. Hi everybody. Thank you for coming over today and spending some time with me. Today I thought it would be, I think, fun. I'm going to tell you 11 things that maybe you didn't know about me. So if you're interested in that, hang on to the end. Some you might be surprised, some you might know. I don't know, I'm kind of an open book on here, so it's really digging deep. So I got this challenge from my gal Carla from Real Chicks TV. I love Carla. I've followed Carla when she was 2 chicks, and now she's just 1 chickie, and I love her. Also, Audrey Aiken, I'm a new subscriber to her. I love her. I actually was friends with her on Instagram. So you might want to check them out. I'll link them below. So today I'm going to do 11 things that maybe you didn't know about me. And I do have notes because I am 57. I'll be 67 next month. So I need notes because I forget. I'm allowed to. Anyway, so the first thing is I was a really chubby child growing up. I was bullied a lot. Before even bullying came out, it was devastating. I never really remember crying or taking it bad because my whole family was kind of big, except I had one older sister who's like a little peanut. She's always been tiny, so you know, you stand next to a tiny person, you look bigger. So anyway, I came home. I was just called lots of names, and it was just really hard for me. I grew faster than I should have. I was 5'4" when I was 10, and I made my first Holy Communion, and I had to get my dress at the Husky department. I remember at Federal department stores, I was humiliated. But I got through it, and I never really, I took it to heart, I guess, because I've always been conscious about my weight because of that, but I mustered through, and I just felt safe in my home, so I felt bad, and I went home, and my mother made me a cake or cookies. Anyway, so hence why I like cookies. Second thing is I hated school. Hated school. I still have dreams at night when I'm 16, and my mom comes in and says, "Oh, Babs, you don't have to go to school today. You're allowed to quit." And I wake up in such a good mood. Didn't like school. Very social in school. Loved the social aspect of school. Was in all the plays. Go figure. I had a singing group. We were called the Intimates. We were 3 girls. We were really good. We sang songs probably some of you don't even know, like the 4 Freshmen. If you remember, "It's a Blue World." Can't sing anymore because of the Bell's palsy, but we were really good. We thought we were going to go on to bigger and better things, but we didn't. But that's okay. We had fun while we were in school. Third thing is I got married at 19. I had my first son at 20. Really, really young, guys. That's kind of unheard of today. Well, not really. I guess there's still young people that get married. But when I think back at me when I was 20, yeah, that was tough. I did have 2 children to that marriage, and also 4. For some of you that do not know, I was a victim of domestic violence. Part of my life that I don't talk about much. I have kids, grandkids on here, but I was a victim of that, and it was not pretty. I put up with it for 9 years. I battled my way through it. I tried to stick up for myself. It was tough. He was a big drinker. I don't know. It's a real dark side. Very conscious. I did have my nose broken. It was halfway across my face. It was not a pretty thing. I'm very self-conscious about my nose. I didn't have the money back then to get it fixed. But it's not pretty. And any of you have questions or you're coming from domestic violence, I'll put my email in my description box, and maybe we can chat. I won't chat too much about it here. 2005, I was sitting in my chair one day, this is number 5, and all of a sudden I hear this buzzing, and I said to my husband, I go, what's buzzing? The TV's buzzing. Shut the TV off. So he went over and he shut the TV off, and it was still buzzing. Anyway, I have tinnitus or tinnitus or whatever you want to call it. I have this constant ringing in my ear. If you read up on it, I mean, some people can go crazy from it. I choose to just kind of try to ignore it. I have sound machines and things that help me sleep at night. Sometimes it's louder than others. I have found certain ibuprofens and certain things that I take make it louder. I don't know. It's incurable. There's nothing you can do with it. You have to live with it. I didn't go to concerts. I don't follow any of the pattern that people that have tinnitus, the reason that they have it. I never, like I say, listen to loud music. I didn't have a concussion. It just, one day it happened. I remember it was May 2005, and I've had it ever since, and I deal with it. You know, it could be worse things. I just close it off and deal with it. 6, as you know, I'm married 45 years this April. We have 6 children. I have 3, he has 3. We have 1 daughter of my 3 as to both of us. I have 3 grandchildren from my first marriage. I have 2 grandchildren to our daughter now, who are our grandchildren. He has 3 children and 3 grandchildren, and he has 2 great-grandchildren. I don't have any great-grandchildren yet of mine, but they are ours because we're the Brady Bunch. We've moved 7 times in our married life. We were just talking about that the other day when we were talking about downsizing, which I will do a video on. It's been a rough road. I mean, 7 times, I don't know. I didn't look at it that way, and he said it to me when we were talking about downsizing. He said, you know, that'll be 8 times since we've moved. I'm like, yeah, okay. But yeah, 7 times. 8, some of you have asked me if I had any siblings. I do. I have 1 older sister, 1 niece, 1 nephew, great cousins from that side. My sister lives in my state. Unfortunately, I don't get to see her much. She's on the other side of town. Things happen. The worst part, I think, of our lives was back in 2007, 2009. My husband and I lost everything. When that recession hit, he lost his job. I had fallen and broken my ankles and my tibia. I was in a wheelchair for 3 months. I recuperated from that. They held my job for me, but I didn't work for, a good 2 months. He wasn't working. We had debt up the wazoo. I was fighting, trying to keep our house, trying to keep everything afloat. I couldn't do it. We had all the money that we've ever made in our life was tied up in this house. Our down payment from the other house that we had went into this house. We fixed it up, we did everything, and we lost it all. We came out of it with practically nothing in savings because we were taking our savings and trying to keep our house, and was kind of like borrowing off your Visa to pay your MasterCard. That's where we were, because we thought any day things would turn around, and they never did. So we had to scratch and start all over again. Luckily, my daughter had a house there that she wanted to get out of, so we rented that for a while until we got our bearings. We were able to save some money, and 5 years ago we had this house built, which we love. We were blessed to come out of that. It was hard. I mean, we found ourselves fighting for no reason at all because we were both very stressed. It was a very hard time for everybody. A lot of foreclosures back then. Everybody had a rough time. It wasn't just about me. It was the whole country. It was terrible. It was a hard part for us. That was 9. 10, I guess, the only other thing I can think is, man, I hate, as Carla says, fish. I don't think she hates fish, but I do not like fish. I'll not eat if I have to eat fish. and fish and me don't get along. If I eat fish, it's like, I don't know, it comes out my pores. I can't even pass anybody. It's like, whew, I don't know, me and fish just we don't get along. And the other thing is I don't know, you probably know this already, but I love sweets. I could eat sweets. I get my cooking divas on here that make stuff with sweets. I am on top of it. I am a really, really, really big sweet eater. Love it. I could just have that all day. And my granddaughter Bella, she's just like me. We eat the batter before it goes in the oven, like chocolate chip cookies even. I buy the frozen dough and chocolate chip cookies, and somehow the dough, I know you'll say, that's bad, you're eating raw eggs, but the dough just doesn't make it to the oven. So that's my 11 things that maybe you didn't know about me. Some good, some not so good. I'm really a happy person through all my adversities that I've been through in life. I've always been the kind of person who always counted on tomorrow. And for every bad thing that happens, you can always go to bed and wake up in a better frame of mind. So I never really gave up. I just plunged forward. And that's how I got to be this age and content, I guess. So that's my challenge. I challenge you, whoever would like to do this, anybody. Me and MylifeWendy did one not so long ago. We did a collab on something. Oh my gosh, I just drew a blank. But anyway, I enjoyed that with Wendy. I love MylifeWendy too. She's a real sweetheart. So if you'd like to take on this challenge, I'd love to know more about you and tell me how you did getting out of things. How did you handle it? Interesting conversations, I think. So I love you guys. Pass me along. Thank you for subscribing. And I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.